What is up, YouTube? It is I, HeyArcher. A lot of sun glare going on right now. Thanks for being on this video. This is actually be my first unboxing video. What am I unboxing? Why am I even doing this video right now? That is a great question. Now, this video is blurry right now because I was dumb, and it's probably the most, I don't even know how to word it. The first world problems, we'll hashtag that first world problems. The most first world problem issue I could have. And that is, I took my phone, put it in my swim trunks, went into my hot tub, and now my cameras are jacked on my phone. So, I'm here at Best Buy. We will buy a new camera. I'll show you what I got. And hopefully give you, in this video, proper unboxing. So, if you're new here, like, comment, subscribe. If you're looking to buy a new camera for your podcasting, for your videos, this might be that video that helps you out. So, let's start it up. All right, now you can see when there's no sun glare how much blurriness is happening. And this is just my front face camera. The other side, equally as bad. So we ended up going with, oh, that's just words, Canon M50. Probably the most popular YouTubing camera out there, to my understanding. So I will show you guys the full unboxing, what comes in the camera itself, and I'll show you kind of some comparisons between my iPhone XR, which I have been using before, and of course the new Canon. So let's unbox. Oops. So I've actually never done an unboxing video before, but I have this really cool, I'm gonna call it Lazy Susan, from when I was attempting to do clay modeling as a hobby. Because as you know, I do tons of hobbies, and they're all random and sporadic. So from the old Best Buy, I ended up getting a bag for the camera, just in case. We also have, of course, the camera itself, and I got an SD card to get us started. A couple other things I have already on their way via other methods, which we will not discuss. So of course, this is going to end up being kind of our beginner camera, because I've actually never owned, that's actually not true. I did own a proper film camera back in college, but it actually was my dad's that he had. I'm not sure if he still has it. So Pops, if you're watching it, this video, in the comments, you can actually list if you still have that camera. But on my own, this is my first camera ever. I think that's the lens. We have the body. Got the charging plug and the actual battery itself. And then it's an empty box from there. So, of course, we'll go smallest to large. You already know what a battery is. You already know what a charging thing is. You don't need that. Put the body aside. Let's check out the lens. So the lens that comes in this model here is an M15 to 45 millimeter with a 3.5 to 6.3 f-stop. I'm saying these things as though I know what they mean, and I don't. But we have our first lens, our first Canon lens. I'm actually pretty excited for this. So this apparently will get us started with the old YouTube. I was reading and watching reviews on cameras, and this was a really good starter camera with a good starter lens. And it's really good for vlogging, but most importantly, this is going to be more of a standard, just sit-down conversation camera. But I did want the ability to potentially upgrade. So if I ever wanted to do something outdoors or actually just do photography for some odd reason, I would have the means to do so. So we have our lens, of course. But now let's get to the important part, the actual body. Again, this is the M50 Canon. All right. So, off the bat, it's actually pretty small. I was originally looking at the Mark II and Mark III cameras, just for size reasons, of course. But I decided to go with this one for a couple different reasons, which I will, of course, show you as we go through this video. We're going to do a little change there. I figured having a black blanket on a black camera would not be good for aesthetics. So we're using our Totoro towel that was gifted to me. So one of the things that I struggle with in life is that I am very brutal when it comes to unpacking things, putting things together, and doing this tutorial or open box or unboxing as the kids call it. It's pretty tough because I kind of want to just start breaking things apart and putting them back together. I ended up picking up just a 128 SD card as well. 128 Extreme Plus gigabyte SanDisk with 150 megabytes per second write speed. Now, apparently you need 150 to record in 4K. Now, this camera actually does not shoot more than, I believe, 5 minutes at 4K. My computer also would have a heart attack if I tried to upload a 4K video. So while I have no plans currently of doing 4K video, I figured it'd be good to kind of just plan ahead on that. So now let's put on the lens. This is the part that I'm actually most nervous for because I'm not gentle. I don't have an elegant touch, and you need to have that kind of thing with cameras, to my understanding. So I'm actually going to read the instructions on this, make sure we do it correctly. Remove the lens cap. All right, lens cap is off. This is, of course, a mirrorless camera. That's off. On the lens. All right, I think we're good on there. How do you remove it? Oh boy, I'm already nervous. I'm already nervous with this thing. All right, well, the lens is on now, so I'm not going to try to force this until I figure out how to actually remove it. Remove the cap. Oh, so there's a lock on this. Got it. So there's a button right there, and I can't turn the actual lens, but if I release that, I can then turn to focus. Interesting. And to put it back where it's supposed to go, I move that lever again, and now it's locked in place. That's cool. All right, we're learning together. We're learning this whole photo thing together. All right, so let's see how we detach. So camera's off. That's on. Oh. Got it. That button there is how to release the lens. Ooh, that would have been bad. So, I line up, turn. So now that's locked in. That's locked in. Cool. All right, so we're making progress here. So to remove the lens, there's actually a button on here. You push that, and then you can turn the actual lens. That comes off. So now it's on. That's still locked, and then you have that other button there. That's what unlocks for zooming on the lens. Got it. Whew. Okay, that was nerve-wracking. I don't know if you guys would believe it. That actually was very nerve-wracking. All right, so this is where we are so far on it. I have the lens cap on just until we're ready to shoot. I feel like it's good practice. All right, so the one thing I noticed is I was trying to put the strap on, but I couldn't figure out how to put the straps on, is on the side here is actually the mic input. Now, this guy here is the reason why I bought this camera. I was looking at the Canon Mark II, the Canon Mark III. There's the Sony, I can't think of the name right now. But the biggest difference to me when I was looking for the cameras, one was a mic input, and the small point and shoot cameras did not offer a mic input that was easily accessible. So that was one. The other thing too was the viewfinder. And on this, you actually have a rotating viewfinder. And it's actually off to the side, which is good. The Sony cameras, for whatever reason, their viewfinders actually come up from the back. So as you, or I should say, if you ever decide to get a shotgun mic, and for those of you who don't know, a shotgun mic actually sits on top of the camera, you can't have it there because the shotgun mic might go there, but then where does the viewfinder go? You would need a second monitor to see what's happening on screen if you're shooting by yourself. Now, I guess I should have mentioned this before. All of this that I am describing, the reasons why I got this camera are for solo shooting, me shooting my episodes, my podcast. For what you need, if you actually have help, you might go a different route. But this is going to be for those of you who actually are shooting on your own. You want to do your own content. You want to do your own vlogs, that kind of thing. So for me, having the viewfinder that I can actually now watch myself as I'm recording, super, super helpful. Hey, all right. Now it's time to actually set it up. All right. Push and hold the lens switch in a direction and rotate the lens to enable shooting. So I don't know what that means. So we're going to put the camera down. Okay. So all it wanted me to do was to actually unlock the lens. But now it's telling me the card cannot be accessed. Reinsert, change card, or format with camera. How do you do that? Just gonna put that on so I don't damage anything. Alright, so that card's not working for whatever reason. Cannot format, change card. So for whatever reason, it's not reading any of my SD cards. Let's see. Alright, this is getting frustrating. So let me try putting the card in my computer. Alright, we'll come back when I figure this out. Oh, so it's actually recording right now. And, oh, this is pretty cool. It's going to be weird looking at the lens and not the viewfinder now to see what I'm looking at. And right now we're actually using the microphone that is built in on the camera. So let's see if I can plug in my own microphone, see how that sounds. All right, so I had a fail point somewhere in this where all of a sudden I can not hear the mic input on the camera. So I'm doing a voiceover for you guys. Now, what I want to do here is I'm going to show you guys where the camera currently is set up. And right away you can see that the height is going to be off. I sit down, my head's already being cropped at the top. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to raise the tripod some more to factor in the camera versus the iPhone. But instantly you can see a big difference in color between the iPhone and the camera. Now, this is right now I'm shooting with the camera settings defaulted. I've not made any revisions to it, and I plan on doing so after watching a bunch of videos online. But what I mainly wanted to do here was show you guys the difference between my first video, which I shot on an iPhone 7, I believe. And then we will look at another video when I switched over to a 10R using the front face camera. Then, of course, we now have our 10R on the rear face camera, where I had no idea if it was actually recording because there was no viewfinder on the camera when you're using the rear facing camera. But then, of course, you cut back to the video of me just sitting there with the camera going, and I'm talking to absolutely nobody. But overall, I have to say, huge improvement from the iPhone to the Canon. All right, guys, gals, YouTubers, I think that's it. I think we're home stretch territory. Audio should be okay, but the video quality should be what counts. And the desk is a mess right now, so I'll have to fix the desk mess. See that? All right, so right now, where I'm having issue is the audio. The audio on the camera, as you listened to before, is a bit muffled. I'm not sure where that's happening. I gotta figure that out. So for now, I'm just having it go into my phone. I'll audio sync it, do it the long way, figure out the fast way later. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe, especially if this video helped you. If you are going to end up buying the same camera, the Canon M50, let me know down below. If you end up finding something different, let me know. And, of course, if you have any questions, I will, of course, let you know. And I want to thank especially a couple different channels, actually. So, the Everything Dad, Think Media, Pieces of Oni, and the Everything Man. Those were the 4 channels I used heavily to figure out which camera was the best. I'll link all 4 channels down below. If you want to go check their videos out, they actually go into real in-depth detail as to what each camera features are, apertures and all that kind of stuff. Things that are way above my head. But go to all 4 of those channels, check out their content. They make awesome content. And of course, like I said, let them know that HeyArcher sent you. Write down below in the comments which camera you ended up buying, if you ended up buying one. If you're thinking about it, leave the questions there too. Thanks again. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.